Hello everyone, here we are at beautiful PCC, but I would like for you to come on a journey with me. We will be going on a field trip to 3 different locations. The first will be in Alaska, the second will be in Central America, and the last field trip location will be in Northern California. Off we go to our first stop. The first stop focuses on Alaska. As this state encompasses such an expansive area, much of it in the Arctic, which is the fastest heating place in the world, Alaska shows the most significant and varied temperature increases in the United States. Its state surface temperature increases ranges from 1 to 5 degrees Celsius, which is a lot. To the north of Alaska, we have the Arctic Ocean, which is the fastest heating place in the world, as I've said. And to the south of it, we have the Northern Pacific. Even to the right of it, we have Canada, whose ice sheet has actually been melting pretty rapidly as well. Unfortunately, because we've done so much damage to our planet Earth, I fear that there's no way to reverse the effects or significantly slow down its impact, especially with science deniers promoting legislation that inhibits awareness and progress in favor of for profits. I believe the only way we can help in the fight against global warming is collectively on personal levels. We can do this by reducing our carbon footprints. Examples are: don't be so wasteful when it comes to food. Food in landfills contributes to methane in the atmosphere. Walk, take transportation or bike if we can. This can also cut down on fuel emissions. Recycle, reduce, and reuse. This cuts down on excess and waste. Again, decreasing what goes in the landfill. Use and buy energy efficient, and don't burn trash or make fires in the winter. As lovely as fires are in the winter or when it gets cold, this also contributes to atmospheric pollution. Our next stop brings us to Central America. One place I wanted to look at, just because it's a place that I visited this summer, was Panama, right here. The Panama Canal is beautiful. Specifically, I wanted to acknowledge the frequency of earthquakes all along the western coast, not only for Panama or even Central America, but of both Americas. As you can see, they connect all along the western coast. The plate that South America sits on is the South American plate. The plate directly left to it is the Nazca plate. Directly above, right next to Central America, which is what we were talking about, is the Cocos plate, and to the right of that, over here, is the Caribbean plate. The boundary between the South American plate and the Nazca plate, and the Cocos plate and the Caribbean plate, is a convergent boundary, which means that the plates are crashing into each other, one of them overriding the other. This boundary has even been known to cause the Andes Mountain, which is the beige part all along this western coast of South America. You could even see it right here where it says the Andes. As far as earthquakes in Central America, including the most recent in Mexico, I looked up the data for today, and according to Earthquake Track's data for today for Central America, they've experienced 0 earthquakes in the past 24 hours, 7 earthquakes in the past 7 days, 67 earthquakes in the past 30 days, and 3,709 earthquakes in the past 365 days. I hope you guys aren't tired because we have one more stop. Our next stop brings us a little bit closer to home in Northern California. The following view shows the whole state of California. As you can see in the middle, there's a lighter colored area, which represents a valley in the middle of California. The majority of flooding is particularly emphasized within the valleys. The reason the Valley of California is particularly prone to flooding is because it acts as a catch basin for water. It lies low below the sea level and is surrounded by mountain ranges on the east and west. A more scaled in version of this picture has the flood areas more prominent in the areas shown here, by the Sacramento River and by the San Joaquin River. The reason for this is water naturally wants to rest there, as it already is. Flood patterns align with natural waterways of the Sacramento River and San Joaquin. As wetlands and marshes are natural water storages, I'm not certain if there are ways to prevent flooding in these areas. Also because of the valleys being so low. For other areas, a natural way to prevent flooding would be to create better stormwater runoffs and slightly grading their property to direct runoff into stormwater basins. Now for our final stop. Back to PCC